Denizens of the internet. This is a channel update video. I'm sure many of you have heard about the new restrictions that YouTube is putting on all of us creators. And more, it seems like they are trying to kill their own platform. Because although I was not here in the early days of it, many of us are leaving. And it was original content that made this site what it is, and apparently they don't like that anymore. So I have made an account over on Rumble. I'm going to be shifting my content over to Rumble. I will probably leave one series here, and the other two series are going to be on Subscribestar and Rumble, because the way they have their TOS lined out now, any games with what they consider copious amounts of violence, which is completely arbitrary, they will demonetize. They will strike. Anything with foul language, they will demonetize. They will strike. And while we have been able to work within these restrictions for quite a while, the other thing they're going to try to start doing to us is, if they decide they want to levy a fine against us, they'll take it against our earnings. If there's nothing in the bank account that's linked against, well, that's if there's nothing in the bank account. If there is money in the bank account for the fine, they will just take it straight out of your bank account. So they are essentially stealing money from the people who make them money. So a lot of us are just not cool with this. I will probably leave the Baldur's Gate series here, which will include both of the first two games. I'm not doing Baldur's Gate 3, in case anyone is wondering. Another update I need to announce is that the Conan series, as much as I really wanted to continue it, at least until I got out of the Ghost Fence, because, you know, that was dedication to a good friend of mine who's no longer with us. That game is just too buggy and broken for me to enjoy playing it anymore. The last time I tried to do a session of recording, it was just constant game-breaking bugs and crashes. And it seems like Funcom really does not care. All they want is to sell more skins and bilk their users out of more money instead of actually making a good game. And to be brutally honest, I was playing that game for Bosco because Bosco was never going to get to play it. And after that last session, I'm glad Bosco never got to play it. So I will be shifting that to something else. I do have 2 games in mind to take its place. And then also the 7 Days to Die series I've been doing. My granddaughter, who I was doing that with, is still in school, and she has a job. So she is like trying to balance all of her real life stuff, and I really don't want her like trying to focus on this, which is just a side thing, and worrying about that. I would rather she focus on her studies and real life stuff. Because, you know, I try to be a responsible grandparent. I care about my grandchildren. I hope you guys can understand that. Yeah, I will leave on the next couple videos I put up. In the bottom, I will put my Subscribestar down there. If anyone's interested in that, I will also put my Rumble account down there. If you guys want to come over there and come along for the ride, I would very much appreciate it. I'm sure there are lots of other content creators like myself who would really appreciate if you guys came over there, came along for the ride, because, you know, the way a lot of us are looking at it is, if YouTube wants to fuck us, well then fuck YouTube. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for listening.